Well, I probably could have straightened out my hair a little bit. I'm going to go do this. There we go. Adjust the camera a little bit and just say a few things to kind of highlight where my head is at, I guess. Um, Number one, I don't care about birthdays. I don't care about my own birthday. I don't care about your birthday, my sister's, my mother's, anybody who's dead or anybody. I just don't give a shit. Children, you know, for me, birthdays are really unnecessary. I don't see the need to celebrate. I don't see, it's just a timestamp. It has really no special significance, and given the chance to do it all again, to raise a family, I would never waste any time in doing like birthday invitations or any of that crap or birthday cakes. Because really at the end of the day, what happens is that more of the time that is used is to dedicated to the person who's having the birthday. And really, it seems like more of the effort is sort of to help somebody, basically with their own personal feelings. So, I've kind of gotten over that, and I really don't see the need, and I won't. I just I don't care if it's anybody's birthday. I really don't give a shit. And that goes into sort of the next item, which is I don't give a shit about any special holidays, really. Christmas, Halloween, Arbor Day, anything like that. I really don't give a shit. And again, and it's all a matter of the celebrating thing. I really don't see the need to celebrate. I mean, I celebrate every day. I celebrate every day that I'm alive. So why would I go through any extra steps to celebrate more? I just really don't see the need, and at all for that. So, no birthdays, no holidays. Okay, fair enough. Now, I guess when you start to consider that, all these things are just artificial timestamps. Of course, if you live in a box, if you have a structure, um, you're going to follow your structure. You're going to stay within the limits of your structure. But if you don't have a box, then you don't need that structure. Days, months, years, they're all meaningless, really. It's all a matter of how you feel. And that's pretty much it, as far as that goes. Now, just to kind of uh, put a little extra meat on that bone, I really don't give a shit about sports for the most part. And, I do kind of enjoy soccer every now and then, but uh, it's getting rarer and rarer. If I enjoy sports, it's really in playing sports, and there's not many sports that I am actually. I don't know if I would try to play soccer anymore. I mean, maybe, maybe not. I am in better shape. I definitely can run a lot more. So it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities that I can physically actually engage in it. So, I do enjoy tennis a lot more. Of course, it's a lot easier because I just need one other person. With soccer, I definitely need more. Although, kicking around the ball over a net or something like that, like you do in tennis, wouldn't be necessarily an activity that I would mm, not want to be engaged in. Just kind of, it would be fun and standing on the tennis court, having a soccer ball and two people on both sides of the court kicking the ball across the net. I think that would be fun. I've never done that. So that would be cool. So yeah, so I don't give a shit about baseball, basketball, football, and in some of these sports are even more egregious. I think that football is one of the most disgusting sports that I can think of. It really is dumb, and yes, I was into it at one point, but that doesn't mean I have to be into it for the rest of my life. I mean, at some point in time, I can get bored, and I can say, "Bah, yeah, this sucks," and really, I don't see anything. Um, very important or consequential. It really, to me, just all seems like a waste of time. Um, And so, yeah, no sports or anything like that. Now, I do like poker, but people will uh, people argue whether it's a sport or not. I don't really give a shit if it is or isn't. I do enjoy playing the game a little bit more intensely than the casual player. I do sort of put my head into it a little bit. I do like try to fake people out and do good bluffs and what have you. And it's I did invest a lot of time in it in the past, and I've had quite a few interesting experiences across the country in different casinos and different games when I was running hot and when I was running cold. Some of the beats were just horrible, and some of the wins were just awesome, and some of the missed opportunities were incredible. Uh, I'm slowly getting back into it. I had dropped it for a long time and really didn't give a shit about it. And then now all of a sudden I'm okay with it, and I just signed up with a league, which is the Four Aces Poker, which is fun. There's cool people that go and play there, so I have fun with that. So yeah, we have that. So we have no birthdays, no holidays, don't give a shit about decorations, yard, blah, 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 blah. And of course, no sports. It doesn't really leave there to be a lot. Now, I don't watch a lot of TV. I do have program that kind of a few programs that I still have an interest in. I did like Breaking Bad. I did like I do like Better Call Saul, and I also like The Walking Dead. I'm not necessarily into all the Walking Dead shoot offs, because then it's kind of the interest, the impression, um, everything went with the first show, and then so because it was new, it was interesting, it was different, and now it's getting to be. I still like the story, so I still follow it, but just in general, it's not something I could go out of my way all the time to go ahead and watch. Uh, so right now, more than anything, I'm really into my running. I'm trying to improve my speed. I'm focused on my health, really, primarily. I'm focused on the food that I eat, and I focus on my weight and the nutrition. It's not so much calories as much as it is nutrition that I'm more concerned about. Making sure I get the right vitamins, the right veggies, and the right amount of fibers and good fats and carbs and what have you. There's no special diet or anything like that. It's just try to be sensible, make it uh, I avoid the process, but not actually. There's some. For me, it's sort of like a combination of of time and desire, and how do I balance the two? So I don't necessarily I like and I don't like cooking. I mean, I'm experienced in the kitchen. It's something that I know how to do, but it's not like I want to spend there a lot of time, especially if it's just preparing food for me. If it's preparing food for a group of people, I like to do it a lot more because I like to put my time and effort into it to make something good for other people to enjoy. But if it's for me, I really, it's not that important. It's more. I look at food more as fuel as I look at it as something that I want to enjoy and have a pleasure of. And I guess that word pleasure leads me into one more thing, and that's that really when you stop and look at it, that people are in many respects insatiable. um, it's all about me and wanting to have and there's nothing wrong. I mean, you are important to yourself. That's absolutely true. But at the same time, with what in mind? Where is it going? What does it lead to? For me, being the best version of me means that I can be of assistance in other places. I can be in other, do other things and help other people. It's not a matter of me just always trying to please myself more than it is a matter of just feeling good about myself. Because when I feel good about myself, I think that I'm more useful to other people. If I don't think very much of myself, I'm not very good at all to other people, and that's the way it's really worked out most of the times. Now, I got to this place with a lot of help. So, I'm not ignorant of that fact. I didn't get here alone. There are certainly people who have helped me along the way. But a lot of times, when people help you, then come certain expectations. There's sort of payback or returns or reciprocations. And I guess the expectation of being reciprocated is something I'm a little uncomfortable with. So if I get the sense that this is more about a person's own ego than it is actually about helping somebody else, then I'll just cut the conversation short. That's the other thing. I'm not going to waste any time with with foolishness and discussing things that I don't necessarily know very much about. I do have opinions about certain things, but what I know and what I don't know. I mean, I can definitely say I don't know a lot more than what I know. It's uh, but at the same time, I think I've given myself the opportunity to have relatively decent insight into everything, or relatively speaking. So, you know, for me, there's no importance with regards to God or anything. I don't have a God. Yeah, I'm an atheist. I've never chosen any gods. I don't have a, I'm not. I'm an anti. Really, I don't like religion because there's all kinds of weird power dynamics in religious institutions. Um, it is an incredibly strange world that we live in, and there's so the scale of things is that's over. I think that it's always important to remind yourself of the scale. How big things are and how little are we are in respect, and it's our own sort of ego-driven species sort of self-importance that really tries to elevate people to more than what they are. Religion is nonsense. It really is for the most part. And you have, it depends on what the religion is, really, what it says or what it wants you to do. But the minute it tries to control things, I mean, boom, get away. There's all these. Um, it's kind of like um, this edifice, this building, this structure. I always refer to it as the Skinner box because that's what I think it is. We're really nothing. We are just microbes or we're bacteria. And the fact that I'm talking and doing this video doesn't mean I'm special. It really doesn't. It just means that we've sort of um, you know, we've kind of worked through the permutations and the combinations and the mathematical sort of potential with regards to how everything interacts and where it all leads into. I mean, this is something that has been built from the ground up. If you try to visualize that in your head, that your body, is kind of grown, out of the ground in many respects. There's all the things that are attributes. All of these are organic and they're experiences upon experiences and millions of years of like stimuli and reaction and all these things that are just compounded. And then you have the artificial devices that we've sort of placed on ourselves and trying to sort of you know the structure is meant to preserve the edifice, and so obviously it says if you want this to continue to exist, you have to abide by certain rules. Well, why would I want it necessarily to continue to exist if it's not something that really serves a good purpose? There's no reason for it to continue to exist. Catholicism. I mean, that's the religion that I grew up in, and it is scary as fuck. Most religions are scary. Um, and they're not scary. They're scary because of how they influence people, how they lead people, how they mislead people. and to wasting their life, really. I wish that somebody had told me the truth when I was young. I wish that somebody had said, listen, we're nothing more than the bears, we're nothing more than the monkeys. We're just another group, and we just know how to talk a little bit better. And our purpose in life is really to try to make our situation better, not just for us, but it's for everybody. I mean, there's no reason to be fucking selfish about this shit. So that's kind of where my head is at in that respect. Um, eh, I'm trying to think about it a little bit more. Maybe I'm missing topics. So, for example, let's it's Will Smith. I mean, everybody's talked about it. It's just something that's everybody's mind, and everybody knows about it, or many people know about it. And everybody's look, and I don't justify. I don't think what he did was right, even though what he did was not as bad as what other people do. I mean, a slap across the face, again, not good, but not, as horrible. Look, the fucking guy is married to a woman, and she has a medical condition. Her hair is shaved, and it was really it wasn't necessary. He didn't know, and Chris Rock, if he knew, he probably would not have gone there. I don't know. I mean, there's other comedians that would have gone there regardless. They wouldn't give a shit one way or another. Well, I don't know. I don't get that impression from Chris Rock, but who cares in that respect? I mean, what do I know? I don't know Chris Rock. I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody from a hole in the wall. So, that's just me. But I wouldn't get down on Will Smith any more than I would get down on Chris Rock. It's just a situation. And it's a personal situation, really between two. It became personal, and it's Chris Rock's prerogative. I mean, if he wants to entertain in conversations with Will Smith, I mean, he certainly will. In time, if he wants to. If not, he won't, and that's that. There are bigger fish to fry. There's all kinds of things that are going on. I mean, really, you know, um, people's the pushback. When a rat is cornered, I mean, that's when it gets the angriest, the meanest. That's when it gets the ugliest. There was a friend of mine that kind of said that to me. It made me think about that. And, a part of the reason that we're seeing all of these sort of absurd manifestations of just ridiculous attitudes that people have. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gates and all these ugly people. Ron DeSantis. I mean, the whole Republican Party and their reaction. I mean, they are scared of the left. They're scared of equality. They are scared of having to share. They're scared of unusual situations. What a terrible. And the reason they're scared is not because they're right. It's because they've lived in the box. I have been fortunate in that respect. The reason I am the way I am is because I haven't spent a lot of time in the box. I, now the box is incredibly big. There's many aspects to it. There's all kinds of bells and whistles. There's all kinds of punishments and rewards. Uh, but I've moved a lot. And so when you move, that changes the dynamics. And when I say move, something from one country to another, from one state to another, significant moves, not just like from one town to the next in a little area, even though that can, have an impact as well. But I've done a lot of moving, a lot of adjusting. I've had to relearn languages when I was little, relearn Spanish, relearn English. Um, and then when I went to school, I didn't go to school with the idea of a career in mind. I just wanted to study and learn more and read more and engage more. And that's what I did. Then after I studied, all I did was, just go on one adventure after another. And was in a band and, toured, put out a record and, just did all the music things with my friends and stuff like that. And then I had a professional life and I learned about, I had a Series 7 license and was authorized, and I worked for a broker and kind of on a team and did a lot of that. I I've done a lot of shit. I mean, I've mopped floors, I've sold encyclopedias door to door. I've sat down and had 3 martini lunches with people who invest millions of dollars, for their clients. So, I mean, the range of experiences that I've had over the course of my 63 years has been, fairly significant and above average as far as the overall amount of stimuli, influences and impact that I've had. So that makes for, in some respects, something, you know, like I've always, in many respects, I've envied people who could, stay focused on one particular thing. I can't. I have to do a lot of different things. I have to be in a lot of different places. I have to talk and meet to a lot of different people. I have to have a lot of different experiences. I don't like to go back to the old. I don't go and I don't give a shit about nostalgia. I mean, and what it was, it was. It went. It was nice. It was a good experience. But I don't. I'm not. I don't have to relive it. I don't have to try to. My emotional the ability to experience happiness is not based on my ability to recreate happiness that I've had in the past. It's just simply based on the circumstances that I have currently, and how I to make that make that a situation where I can be happy. So I'm not terribly concerned about things in the past or anything like that, or even legacies or relationships. Things change, and you can't always go back, and if you do go back, things will be different. So anyway, I've kind of talked long enough. Usually, I don't like to go on for more than 20 or 15 minutes. I did go 20, but again, this kind of this is where it ended up. But if you have any questions about anything, of course, just write them in the comments. But otherwise, I'll just do this every now and then. Um, maybe again, I may try to turn it into something. Not sure yet. I have a lot of things going on, and my running is always important, and that takes a lot of time. It takes some time during my day. So take care, have fun, and stay safe always. And just don't put up with the bullshit.